Okay, happy Sunday, boys and girls and parents alike. This video is going to teach you how to get on NWEA so that on Monday you'll have all the tools you need to help you be successful. I'll be sending my phone number out so you can contact me. We'll start each NWEA session with a Google Meet. So it's just really important to look at the schedule to see what time you're supposed to be on there. I can only have about 10 to 12 kids at a time for NWEA, so I can make sure I can help in a small group setting. So I'm going to show you my document camera. Work on the focus here. There we go. So this is a kid's Chromebook, and when I open it up, just like that. It's going to turn on for us. Okay, now here's what's really important. You're not, I wonder if you can see that down there. There we go. You're not going to sign in to your Chromebook. You're going to open it, and it might have your username there. It might ask for your password, but you're not going to log into your Chromebook because we are going to go through this button right here that says apps. Okay. Now, if you accidentally do log in, let me do that real quick. You'll see that the apps goes away. The apps goes away. So you'll have to log out. So no big deal. If you log into your computer, just log out because the apps, see that apps button is gone. And that's where our test is. The NWEA testing site is in that apps button. So if that happens, I just go and log out. And the way I do that, make sure I'm doing it right first before I show you. There we go. Right, so you have your name will pop up in that little, not your name, but first letter of your name will pop up in that circle next to that apps, but that's a different apps. Okay, this is your Google. This button right here is your Google apps. We want the apps on the computer. So we would just click and scroll down. To log out. We'll sign out, and then it will take a second for that to load up, and it takes us back to that home screen. And once again, down there at the bottom, you can see your apps. So you want to be on this page. If you're not on this page, you're not going to be able to get to the test. So number one problem solving to do. If you cannot find NWEA test, you need to check this step first. Because this step, you should see this page. You do not want to log in You want to turn your computer on and then look for that apps button at the bottom of your screen. It will say shut down, apps, add person. If you don't see that, that's because you're signed into your computer and you'll have to log out in order to get this pulled up. So when that pulls up, if I can use, do this over here real quick. All right, so I'm going to get it on the apps. I'm going to click on it and see if we can. I want to show you real well. Almost got it there. Let's see if I can light the background. There we go. All right. So what you're looking for is that one on the very bottom. Okay. Looking for that one on the very bottom. So once again, you'll move your cursor over to the apps button and you'll click on the apps. And the one we're looking for is that one on the very bottom that says NWEA Secure Testing. Okay, NWEA Secure Testing. We're looking for that one. And so on Monday, you would go and you click on that. You zoom out. And it's going to ask you for a session name and a session password. Okay, so I'll ask you for a session name and a session password. The session name is going to be, for second grade, it'll be just like our Google Meet, to Wallace. Okay, it'll be, what we have to do one for reading and math. It'll be to W reading. Okay, I'll send all this out. It'll be 2W reading. That will be our reading test. For third grade, it'll be 3W reading. 3W reading. It'll have your grade level, first letter of my last name, W, and then reading, or it would be math. And I'll let you know what it's going to be. But if we're taking a reading test, it'll be 2W reading, 3W reading. And then for math, it will be 2W math, 3W math. And once I have the session password, they make a new session password each time. I will send that out to you guys. I'll probably give it to you on the Google Meet because I'll have that already. And you will click this blue button. And then there'll be a drop-down arrow where you have to find your name. There'll be a drop-down arrow where you have to find your name. You'll drop down, you'll find your name. You'll click on it. It's going to ask you some questions like, sometimes it asks you if you can hear a sound. Just okay everything. Just say yes to everything. And then it's going to ask you to take the test that you're taking. You'll either say 2W reading, 3W reading, and you'll click on that. And it will eventually ask me to confirm. So you'll have to wait on me to start the test. And then once I've confirmed you, it will start the test. Parents, I said this to your kids the other day. They need to take their time. They need to take their time. We need to make sure we get really good data. So if you have a kid who likes to go fast, slow them down. Because this test is designed for our kids to miss 50% of the questions. So they're going to come to things that are too hard and they will not be able to answer them. They need to do their best and answer the questions to the best of their ability. They can't go back. Each question, once you answer it, it moves on to another question. You can't go back. But it's a lot like I Learn, where it's if you get a question right, it gives you a harder question. If you get a question wrong, it gives you an easier question. So it's going to continue to move through that so that the computer can figure out the right grade level that your kid is on. So it's really, really important that you take your time and do your best. They're going to get things wrong. Who cares? But giving that best effort, taking their time, is really important. Now, if they're going too fast, a sloth is going to pop up on their screen, and it's going to pause their screen because they're going too fast. It's called rapid guessing. They're not even reading, they're just guessing the answers. If that happens, it's going to pause their screen, and I am going to have to unlock it. And before I unlock it, I'm going to have a conversation with your kiddo as to why we're going so fast, what's the purpose of this test, and to make sure we take our time. Now, if that sloth pops up 3 times in a single test, I'm going to go ahead and end the test and I'll have to retake it at another time. Because that means they're guessing too much, they're going too fast, they're not giving their best effort. So they won't have to restart the test. They will just have to start over where they were at when they're more prepared to kind of take more time and focus. So really important to have those conversations tonight that we need to take our time, do our best. Don't go too fast. There's no reason for it. It's not timed. You have as much time as you want to take it. Now, once you get to the end of the test, I want to know before you submit it. So you can call me. Texting is probably better. You can text me, you can dojo me, you can email me. But do that before you submit the test. And just be patient. If I have 5 or 6 kids text me at the same time, it might take me a while to get to you. The reason I want you to do that is because I want to make sure they submit it correctly. I want to make sure they submit it correctly and not accidentally submit the test. So make sure that happens. The test takes a while. There's like 40 to 50 questions, so it's a lot. If you need to take a break, but make sure I know that you're taking a break so that I can pause your test if necessary. If you have 20 minutes and you haven't answered a question or moved the mouse, it will pause your test, and I'll have to unlock it for you. So that's why I want to make sure you talk to me so that I know if you're taking a break or not. Breaks are fine. Take as many breaks as you want. Just make sure you're communicating with me that you're going to take a break. Another thing that's really important, I've said it a few times, but this is the test that we really need our kids to do on their own. They need to read the questions on their own. They need to read the answers on their own. They need to be able to select the answers on their own because we need to know where they're at. So if your kids test on an 8th grade level, but they're really on a 2nd grade level, they're going to get 8th grade work, and that's not going to help them in their 2nd grade skills. So please, I know it's hard. Make sure they read it on their own. They can struggle through it. It's okay. They answer the questions on their own. When they're doing the math, they need to have a piece of paper next to them, and they need to be working out the problems. No guessing in math. They need to be doing the work, drawing the pictures, using the strategies they know, but they need to be working out those problems. So please make sure that happens too. My cell phone number, I'll give it to you here, is area code 270-627-0397. Like I said, first time that you contact me, it might be best to text because I don't usually answer the phone if I don't know who it is. You just text your name, and then we can try to text about it. And if that doesn't work, we can call and talk about it through there. You can always dojo me, email me. I'll be at my computer the whole time that y'all are taking the test. So I'll be in constant communication. We can't do a Google Meet because it will knock your kids off the test, or it'll knock them off the Google Meet. It just doesn't work to do that. And so I think that's it with this. I'm trying to think of any other things that needs to go. This is kind of the hardest step. It's just getting on. Once we get on, we'll be okay. But we have to get on to be able to do it. And it is different because you have to go through the apps button. All right? So we'll talk more on Monday. Good luck watching the video. If you have any questions about the video tonight, dojo me, let me know, and I can clarify some things for you guys.